who are the clients you have worked with over the years, and what are the media platforms that you have used, that you have put content out for these clients?
I've worked with quite a few clients. I've worked with
some marquee ones, you know.
I've worked with I've done a lot of work for the tourist board, the TEF, Tourism and Enhancement Fund. I have done a lot of work for Wisynco. I do a lot of work for Best Dress, Jamaica Brawlers, Grace.
Anybody that's doing any work in Jamaica?
It's like you know how to work. You look like a imam, man. I work for free.
There's a lot of work out there, and a lot of creators are out there that we're sharing the work.
Hey guys, welcome to Financial Fitness JA. I'm Julio Dawkins.
And I'm Jane Harrison.
And today, it's time to get some deeper insights in the business of digital content creation. We have a special guest here today. He's an entrepreneur, an IT specialist, a professional photographer. He's also the owner and the CEO of Commercial Concepts, whose tagline is "From Concept to Creation." He's a graduate of Excelsior High School and Excelsior Community College. He's a father of two. He's a farmer.
A farmer, Gina.
He's a running enthusiast, right? Please welcome our special guest, Andre Rattigan. Andre, welcome to Financial Fitness JA.
Yeah.
Give us a quick synopsis of your journey in entrepreneurship and what is it like to reach now where you are at Commercial Concepts?
A quick synopsis. Alright, it really basically started with me having the need to be my own boss. And it basically was introduced to me back in the day by a gentleman that my mother was seeing. He was always about being your own boss, managing your own time, and earning your money how you see fit. So that was it, primarily. And you go to school, you get the 9 to 5, but it wasn't enough.
So you wanted financial freedom, or was it a case of having your destiny in your own hands?
I think it's more of a destiny in my own hands, and financial freedom is a byproduct of your own destiny, I believe.
So financially fit.
Yeah.
JA.
So what led you into becoming a content? Did you start there? Because I read here in your bio you were a professional photographer, IT specialist. You do all those things one time, or they just develop over time?
No, it all basically started with IT first. I was at IBM for a while, and I was doing IT consulting for a couple of my own clients on the side. And then I even went into running a small sound system with you. We've been trying a variety of things. And
from earlier, right?
Yeah, and then somebody introduced me to a camera, and basically the rest is history. I started out with Infuzion, doing party events, and
That's why you feel so familiar.
possibly.
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 One of those guys.
Yeah.
Those famous guys.
But for me, where business is concerned, the party scene, I had to separate the two. Because everybody just thought, okay, you're a party photographer. And them limit you into a box. Right? So I had to, find a way to separate the two, which is why there was Commercial Concepts and Andre Rattigan Photography that does the weddings and high-end type of photography. So you don't want to necessarily associate everything under the one name that doesn't necessarily speak corporate or...
So you don't want to change your branding?
Yeah.
But then did you have to register another company, or you just put a different brand under the same company? Like Because people
What?
might be interested in how you do that.
That is true. Alright, what I initially did, because I didn't have much guidance at the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I did just go register a bunch of names.
Oh.
You understand me?
That's one approach.
But really and truly, what you're supposed to do is take the time to identify the right name that you can build over time.
You know, we could have linked you on our lawyer that we interviewed last week. She tells you that get a consultation. I didn't see the value of it, but like when she finished explaining exactly the same thing that you're talking about, why you do what,
Right.
and what the implications of each thing is.
Correct.
So it seemed like some real gem she has.
Yeah.
Continue.
There's even a business owner is telling it to get that advice.
It's passed a little long
Get
time.
Yeah.
the advice. But what I then did was, with the commercial concepts brand now, it allows me to get into any form of business with that name.
One second.
So you have Infuzion separate from commercial concept.
Right. So now
That's
commercial
what I
concepts is the umbrella for all of the other
Oh,
brands.
okay. Conglomerate stuff, yeah.
Pretty much.
Folks, doing it big.
Doing it. But as these guys said, start off with consultation.
What is the process of creating content? So a client comes to you and say they want this or they want that. How do you go within that process? As I know Jade, we might say, say, put on nice looking girl there, so put the food over there, so.
Don't even go so far. Just turn on the camera and we'll just shoot. So we want to hear from the expert what actually is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Alright. For me, the first process is asking the client, who's your target audience? What is it that you want to say? And how you want to say it?
Okay.
That is the first question, because anybody can create content. You have a cell phone, you can create content.
Same thing, nothing to.
You understand me?
Yeah.
But is your target audience. That is the main thing.
Okay.
And then once you identify the target audience and you understand also, very importantly, what the client's budget is.
Oh, budget matters.
Budget matters.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? Once it is that you have those two key elements, then you can sit down and break it down. You understand me? How many cameras you need, where you need to shoot, timeline, turnaround.
Right.
You understand me? And in most cases, everything is no.
Oh yeah, because people just generally operate like that sometimes.
Everything is no.
Right.
So, understanding the client's expectations and making sure that you deliver on those expectations. That is very important.
As I speak, may I try superimpose this on financial fitness journey. So that means as a person who seeking to create content, you should have a clear idea what your audience is
Yes.
and what you intend to produce as an end result. So like when people speak to you in terms of what they want, like I say, I want a professional feel, things like that, or I want to appeal to more corporate audience as opposed to the general public. Like those are the kind of keywords you're looking for.
Not necessarily, which is why it also then boils back down to the first thing, which is identifying your brand. You see now, with the brand commercial concepts, and if you hear Infuzion, and Infuzion is a party thing, and you hear commercial concepts right away, you're getting corporate, professional stuff without even saying this is what you need. You need professional stuff.
Okay, I get it. So they would approach the company they see as a good fit.
Right.
Which is actually the customer would do that.
Right.
You understand me? So they're gonna do their due diligence.
So
and
guys, you
research
hear
on
that?
it.
You hear that? Yeah,
You
that's a very
understand?
key.
So that's very, very important.
Well, how do you keep your content interesting? Like, what is it as a digital content creator where you pull inspiration in terms of keeping people wanting more of what you do? Like, what you use for inspiration in that way?
All right, I give you an example. Say, for example, a client that does food manufacturing, especially during COVID times. I did quite a bit of videos. They said, okay, we want to create some videos that will speak to parents being at home with their children and how to make food prep short and easy.
Okay.
So we went out, had the chef, we got the products, and we shot the videos showing meal preparation, preparing a variety of meals in a short space of time. Right? And putting that together in a very interesting way, fun way, which also allows children to do it themselves.
Okay.
right? Although you have is a 5-star chef, kids can do it too.
Right.
So that is how we were able to really, that's how you give clients the content that they need for them to be able to use on their social spaces.
Who are the clients you have worked with over the years, and what are the media platforms that you have used, that you have put content out for these clients?
I've worked with quite a few clients. I've worked with
some marquee ones,
I've worked with I've done a lot of work for the tourist board, the TEF, Tourism and Enhancement Fund. I have done a lot of work for Wisinko. I do a lot of work for Best Dress, Jamaica Brawlers, Grace.
Anybody that's doing any work in Jamaica?
It's like you know, you look like a imam and I work with there's a lot of work out there, and a lot of creators are out there that we're sharing the work. We're sharing the work.
But it's not cheap though for getting a content creating the right way, so.
Yeah, with the
I think
proper.
you have to invest in that.
And Andre, I hear people say, "Oh, I can take up a phone and film a video." Can you give us an estimation, of what is the cost for like the equipment that you use from here, and give us a listing on some of the basic equipment, because the other day I see you with this drone and all of those stuff. What is it?
You're actually right. You literally can start with a cell phone, right? Because the cameras on these phones today are amazing. You understand me? But at the end of the day, it's not necessarily, for me personally, it's not necessarily the equipment. It's the man behind the equipment.
So like editing and production and the lights.
Correct. Because literally, very recently I had a challenge with my son. He wanted to use one of my $2,000 cameras, and I said, no. And he said, boy, but the quality on the phone is less than the quality of the camera. I said,
okay.
I shot something between the camera and the phone, and he was unable to tell the difference between the two.
Oh, that can be disappointing.
So is not just the equipment, as I said, the person behind the equipment, but once it is that you're able to use what you have to get to a particular level, then you need to then improve on your equipment. Okay, once you've exhausted the equipment's capabilities,
eventually you have to step up.
Then you step up.
We'll soon get with Sony X1004 minus 3. I
don't know what that is.
We don't even know what it
is. But for any of the viewers out there that are looking into getting into content creation, again, do your due diligence. Check, consult with somebody that has done it, and understand. There's a lot of equipment reviews out there on YouTube that a lot of the international guys are doing. Take the time to do some research and understand what it is that you need, and again, understand your budget, how much money you're willing to spend, because...
I watch a video then we had talk about some $6,000 camera, and I just say, you know what, Google Pixel 3 XL. You know?
The downside is the thing.
Yeah, man, it's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive to get those.
Yeah, there are cameras out there that cost $25,000. That doesn't include lens.
At least to tell people US dollars.
US. Very, most importantly, US dollars.
Yeah.
That's just one camera, and then, you literally can probably go out there and buy a $1,200, $1,200 US camera, and shoot some content, edit it, and you can't tell the difference.
So then my question to you is like, I have a question outside of what we have set to discuss. How people manage when like people like yourself who create content when you have sites like Fiverr. Obviously there's going to be a disparity, but has it affected you in any way from shape? Especially even local people even know about Fiverr and things like that.
Yeah, man, there are quite a few people that are actually doing a lot of work with some of the people that are working on Fiverr. And they are really, really skillful people on Fiverr.
Really? For $5?
Yeah, man, for $5, you'd be surprised. in the Jamaican market, people are still a little skeptical about working with somebody overseas and sending money.
Yeah,
Because with Jamaican people, we like to be able to
touch
and feel, go to a location, where is my work, blah blah blah. It is that you send your money to the man in the States, $5, Corona or not, you know.
Send me $5.
People like to be able to go down the road and say, where is what you?
Yeah, man, we are a touch and feel kind of
people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I'm not saying that we aren't in it, but I think people are touching less and feeling a little less.
Yeah,
that's true. It's more likely that, you know, people check out Fiverr, or you can, but then you see, because I don't know. Let me ask a question genuinely. So, if I wanted a consultation from you,
right,
I am assuming it's not $5. You understand what I say? So that's the challenge you're going to face. Because you know, it don't look like a $5 man.
No.
You understand? Exactly. So, it's like, you have to try and just work with the option again, as I say, the budget is important.
Right. But again, me creating your content, somebody on Fiverr online, then can come here and come shoot the content for you. They can probably edit it.
You have to film it same way.
Correct.
You would have on site can physically.
With the lighting.
Yeah. So
set design.
That's very important.
That's very, very important.
Okay.
So like, alright, given even that now, so how do you maintain your client base? Is it that you find that demand is going up for people in terms of digital content and things like that, given the whole change and shift and everything? Outside of course, generally going into the digital future, you know?
Absolutely. And I would say it fluctuates on regularly. You know, throughout the year, you know, you have your low seasons at the start of the year, and then as it goes along, it increases. But with Corona, for my business, we've seen that we had a peak, especially during Corona, because everybody was home, everybody was on social media. Our clients needed content right away to be putting out, you know, to stay relevant and, you know, be on the forefront of people's minds. Like, okay, this product, I need to buy this product in order to be able to do this. This looks cool, right? So there was a peak, but I'm seeing now that it's a little tapering off. But people are going out, but at the same time, as a business, you have to be flexible. In term, my new term, especially during Corona, I learned it from the tourism enhancer people. You have to be able to pivot.
That means fancy word.
Yeah.
Just change where you do. Just change where you do.
You understand me?
Pivot.
Because although we used to do a lot of photography, that's not happening anymore.
So nobody gets married anymore like that.
But the marriage
very few. There are still marriages happening and stuff.
Maybe since of late.
Yeah. But what for me as a business, a lot of my work now is live streaming. Right?
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
So
Even
like graduation and those stuff?
Graduations, funerals, something that I didn't really do.
Yeah, but no, yeah, come
so
on.
pivoting.
I complete pivot.
People are crossover.
I don't know, man.
Crossover. No, well, that good thing. I understand that it even apply to me directly because I have people who pass in New York and I live stream off a live stream. It was very weird though because people carrying on camera. It's weird,
but Jade, we played 1, 2, 3. Okay,
ABC
fast and slow.
ABC fast and slow.
Over Zoom.
Call it live stream.
Live stream ABC fast and slow.
Tournament.
Yeah.
So it's very. I think it's very relevant now because it's like I think it's the future. I think you are going to be like the new media house. Like, you know, because like when I was watching a podcast with Dame Dash, you know Dame Dash.
Yeah.
And them have Dame Dash Studios. Now them are producing one movies and things like that. And it doesn't feel like one day we have financial fitness studios. As I said, I might call in, we consult commercial concepts. And then we just next level folks have to think big, you know. So it's like I see the opportunities, you know. So I see so pivot. And then eventually you get new and different customers.
So but how did you but while you're pivoting, what made you so flexible that you could have pivoted? What did you do to ensure that you were able to pivot?
I mastered what I can do.
Yes.
Right?
So
and then now I maximized it. And then now I started to looking at how can I elevate what I can do with what I have. Let me show you how the transition worked for me.
Yeah.
I started out just doing photos.
So
photography.
So you pivot a long time.
Right.
Yo, you see the man a plot long time.
Yeah, like you must say, I understand my God. I'm not going to
Start out with photography, and then I saw that the industry grew. A lot of photographers started to come into the business, right? Then I said to myself, how can I now attract more customers and offer another service? The camera started coming with the capabilities of doing video. So I started then shooting video and editing video. Right away, my customer base expanded. So I'm able to do photography.
I know say it sounds simple, but some people can't do that. Some
Right.
people can't make that change. I know because I know somebody who used to get give loans, and then all of a sudden, 5-6 years ago, all of a sudden, you know, see a bunch of small loan paydays and things, and then like them couldn't pivot. Them just slow down. So yeah, it's a very key thing. People working on your pivots and your crossover
and your step over,
jump shot. So,
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, it's a great skill. Yeah.
So then with commercial concepts, I'm creating the content. I then said, okay, I need to be able to be offering the managing of this content. So then we started doing graphics and social media management. You understand me? So I increased my customer base and the offerings to my original customers. You understand me?
Yeah.
So more people started to come into that realm of the business. So I then said, okay, I need to then take it to the next level, which Q live streaming. So I started to investigate in live streaming just before COVID hit. So by the time COVID hit, I was pretty much ahead of the game.
I'm gonna call him Rattigan the pivoter. Yo, are you giving a word? Yeah, it really makes sense.
Yo, that's crazy.
So I am now looking for the next pivot.
Yeah. The man. So guys, the man has been pivoting from a long time.
Yeah, what it speaks to the thing, the way you have to be as an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Because it's not like you just jump in this business as a big part of the business and everybody know you and you take your time and you just pivot and just go where you need to go. And that's a great skill for an entrepreneur to have.
It has its advantages and disadvantages. I've always heard the saying as well, don't stretch yourself too thin. You understand me?
Right. Definitely.
Right? But make sure, I would say this to anybody, make sure that you spend the time to own your craft.
So invest in your knowledge base mentally. Sit down, learn, read. Right.
Continue to evolve yourself in your craft. If it is that you do photography and you're able to do portraits, right? For example, now you can't do much portraits. You needed to have learned how to say, okay, to be able to do real estate photography. So
that could be an next pivot.
Correct.
So is that your next pivot though?
I already do it. But my level that I'm gonna take the real estate photography to is gonna elevate it a little bit and introduce 360 photography to real estate.
What is that? What is 360?
Yeah, how that works?
Alright.
Does that sound like a pivot, a crossover, and a step over?
Alright, what that is, gentlemen, is you go on a website to look on a piece of property, you're only able to see
virtual
one picture. With 360 now, it will basically give you the ability to use your mouse and scroll and look where you want to see. Like a virtual reality, so to speak.
In Jamaica, you ever do that?
In Jamaica.
Folks, this is showing you that they can think internationally and use the best equipment available and produce a product and the audience will be there. Because that is great. I never assume that anybody in Jamaica necessarily want, but there's always an audience if you produce the product properly. People get exposed to them, so this is possible. Because a lot of the times, even in specifically the real estate, and I'm looking for a house, and I was looking around. You look at some of the websites, you see a picture of the fence, you see a picture of the sidewall, the next sidewall. You understand? And then they might take some obscure shot, and then you show up at the place, and they have like a viewing, and you're like, is this the same house?
Yeah.
You understand? So when you can do a 360 now,
so you can see a full 360 of any room.
Yeah, that's really
crazy.
So
that's very useful. That's very, very useful.
Yeah, where I want to take.
You wouldn't necessarily understand how useful unless you're actually looking for a business. Because I know what it's like.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's like a great idea.
And I've seen 360 pictures before. I've just never seen them. But
we can't buy a 360 camera. We can't tell you that. So start where you can start. But it's a great idea.
Yeah. So, as you know, financial fitness, we focus a lot on, being financially fit. And for what do you recommend out there to our viewers who want to be not just content creators but entrepreneurs?
Right.
What advice? We had a podcast a couple of weeks ago. What you thought you should have known and you wish you had known.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give them to become entrepreneurs? Not, as I said.
All right, you're making reference to somebody who is still at a 9 to 5 and struggling with a decision. Should I not?
Yeah, or even a young person, because young people are getting a digital space, so even a youth, you might probably can get some money for get a camera, not the best one, but you can get a start. Or you can do any other kind of business. And what would I need for know?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to be very frank, and some people may not necessarily like that.
No, man, you're
Alright, so for me, you have to start out, if it is that you don't have that parent bankrolling you, you're going to have to start with a 9 to 5. And one of the things that we did not learn, or I did not learn while growing up, is money management. So
that's why we're here, guys.
Right.
That's why we're here.
From as early as you can start, once it is that you start earning a salary, put away 10 to 15% of it.
I said 20.
Every month.
20 folks.
If you're able to manage 20%.
You can manage folks.
And
push folks.
Put it away.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you find an instrument to put that money to work for you while you are still working. You understand me?
So I say invest, save and
invest the money.
So as an entrepreneur, these are the things that you think are important?
Very, very important.
So
especially in the first
actual
So you because we saying this, people should do this whether you're entrepreneurs or not.
No.
Entrepreneurs.
That's what I'm saying. If it is that you're starting out and you're young and you have a 9 to 5, in order to get to that stage where you're an entrepreneur, in order to start any form of business, you need capital.
Oh,
so as I said,
I wouldn't necessarily agree with you because I have a few businesses I could tell you about because I know things that you can do without money, but I see a point.
But this is me going the route of avoiding loans.
No, but I'll give you an example. We have an interview coming up with an actual trainer. So it's not necessarily the scale of money, but the fact that I know he's able to probably scale up even better now because now people are willing, because of Corona, to pay to have online classes. So now he has expanded into online and with very little, like him having laptop already.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But in order for him to have got the laptop, remember, we start talking to somebody from scratch.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand me? So he had a foot
or even a phone account. So he need money.
He needs some form of
money. Need money.
You need money. If you have it already, you have to find money to have it already.
Exactly. And then you can now, as you said, scale up and take the necessary steps. But again, before you go, get consultation.
Guys, you hear that? Okay.
The second time when I get that kind of feedback, like every entrepreneur said, just try and get the feedback. Speak to somebody. Who's an expert. You understand?
Not necessarily an expert, but somebody who is in the field.
Okay.
Right? And again, not every entrepreneur or person will be willing and ready to share knowledge.
Yeah, I'm
you understand me? So you have to take tidbits from gentleman A, tidbits from lady A, and mix and match it and make it your own.
I use the internet as well.
And the internet. And the internet. Very important. And Mix and match and make it your own.
So in your case, we are a firm and huge believers in customer service.
Right.
So outside of the actual craft, how do you just deal with your customers to maintain them and develop the relationship and grow the business and sustain over a long period of time? Not general customer service.
What do you do?
What is that really different?
You
Or
reinforce
that you think you do that is like a best practice?
One word. Communication. Just communicate.
Folks, there you have it, it's communication. So I don't wonder that
the man just make it sound like a epiphany.
This just it's finish the game. The game is zero, folks.
No.
Communication.
For me, once it is that you have clear cut, open, complete communication with customers, you have no problem. And once it is that they are able to take up the phone or send an email and reach you, that is one of the biggest problems in Jamaica. Customer service. You understand it? Simply because
Link for the next video producer. Link for the next. We're on fire.
a customer has a challenge, them call, them can't get through to you over and over again. You know, but with my business, I'm always readily available to my clients. Right? And I respond quickly. And in the corporate space, they need it now.
Right.
That's a problem. But
No.
Everyone
No.
always know.
Right?
No.
And once it is that you're able to give that no, and I think that is where my business grew, because
Preparation.
I'm prepared. I'm always ready to go. My team is always ready to go. And
Ask it. I have a question. Continue.
you know, and we respond quickly, and we try to give that quick turnaround and be able to be readily accessible. And I think that is where how I basically manage my customer service. As I said, that continuous flow of communication.
But how did you develop a team? That's
we had a big talk about
because I
picking
find
talent.
a significant impediment in general to having a good business is picking
The right
team.
people. And I can tell you, I still have that challenge today.
The folks are only one.
Right? But somebody said to me, you know, and I use it now, there are the unicorns out there. The special people, the talented people. But again,
Customer service superheroes.
right? But again, my field, the creative space, everybody is their own boss, wants to be their own boss and do their own thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's
So you have to just find a group of people that you're able to work with, communicate with, and be able to allow them to grow and do their own thing as well. And they will appreciate you for that and still be, you know, readily available to be working with my business and be providing good customer service to my clients and not try to also cipher my clients as well. That's very, very important.
Oh, okay.
Because that does happen a lot in Jamaica.
It does. It does.
You understand me?
Yes.
But again, once it is that your customer recognizes that you are providing outstanding customer service, you're reliable, you're on time, your team is well groomed,
write this down, folks.
communication,
Yeah.
you have no problem. You'll have loyal customers.
Yeah. The man covered.
Live man. Fire, folks.
He's pivoting. What you say, right? Pivoting Rattigan? What you call it?
It's proper name.
Andre pivoting Rattigan. Guys, these are gems. He's dropping bombs.
What is like a personal mantra? Like words that kind of guide you in how you get up and how you can get what you need to get done today, tomorrow, and in the future. Like, what's that thing that a little phrase that keep you going? That you think shine a light in terms of on you as a person and how you operate?
Compete only with yourself.
Michael Jordan. Folks have Michael Jordan here. Yeah, that's a good one.
I have that on my wall above my desk, along with focus.
So compete with only yourself and focus.
Focus. Wow.
Here it is, folks. Gems.
Gems. Bombs. Yeah. Andre, it was a pleasure, brother. We have to boom up in case.
Yes, I learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
Appreciate it.
But before we leave, can you tell people your social media handles, your website, how to get to you, how to be a part of this communication?
For me, my personal for Andre Rattigan photography is Andre Rattigan Photos on Instagram and Facebook. And for my commercial concepts business, it's basically commercial concepts. And you just search for that and you'll find it. In short, Concepts JA on Instagram.
What about Infuzion?
Infuzion, we have not really been spending a lot of time on Infuzion, simply because, COVID has crippled the entertainment business, so to speak, limiting the type of gatherings that are available right now. But I think probably end of the year into next year, parties start kicking up back.
Right.
But you can still find us on Instagram and Facebook, Infuzion Inc. That's it, Infuzion with a Z.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Guys, that's another episode. There are a couple of things you need to do before you stop watching this video.
Like,
Subscribe.
share.
Ring that bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Alright, guys, take care.
All right, folks.